My favorite anime is back! That's not a joke either. Demon Slayer is my favorite anime of all time. And can I just take a minute to say how amazing that is to me? With movies and video games, I've had my favorite for a long time now. And I also did with anime. So for something to come at this point in my life and dethrone my previous favorite, well, that's just freaking amazing to me. And it makes me somewhat hopeful for the future. So, I'm guessing you're probably thinking, well, we know what his anime of the year pick is gonna be, then no point watching anymore, and slow your rolls. I'm a fair man. I'll be just as critical of my favorite anime as I would any other show. So sit back and let me take you on this journey. Demon Slayer began its life as a manga written and illustrated by Kyojuro Gotoge, who, as a side note, is the same age as me. Which makes me feel like a piece of shit for not accomplishing anything in my life. But enough about my failures. This is about Demon Slayer and how amazing that is. In 2019, an anime adaptation was created by Ufotable, which did fucking gangbusters. This thing was hotter than the goddamn sun, gaining critical acclaim and winning awards. Thus, a sequel film came out, covering the next arc of the manga, which went on to be the highest grossing anime film of all time. The manga, in turn, is currently sitting as the 9th best-selling manga of all time, and the highest grossing in both 2019 and 2020. I'm not kidding when I say this series is a fucking phenomenon, and well worth the hype. But it took time to get there. My personal history with it is nothing special. I started watching it when it first aired due to it showing up on some anticipated of the season lists, and I didn't really think much of it during its first half. Sure, it had its moments here and there, but nothing that really sucked me in. I thought there were some pacing issues overall, and Zenitsu was fucking annoying as hell. Yet by the time I got to the end of that first season, I was already on board as a fan. I introduced my wife to the show, which upon this second viewing is where I found my true love for it growing. But it was when I went to go see the movie that I became a true believer. All I can say about that film is that I was floored. Not that it was a perfect experience or anything like that. The show has a penchant for introducing annoying as fuck characters, but the highs are so goddamn high that you forget all the negative aspects, or at least are more forgiving of them. So does the new season manage to do this as well? Well, let's continue to the next section to find out. Picking up from where the film left off, Tanjiro is not in the best of shape. Having seen the enormous distance and strength between him and one of the upper-ranked demons, and having to deal with what that may mean in the future, his morale is definitely at its lowest. What to do but train, get stronger, and get roped into a mission with the Sound Hashira to go after another of the upper-ranked demons. This time in the Entertainment District? Which I suppose is just a nice way of saying the Prostitution District, but whatever. Having only seen him briefly before, this season sees the Sound Hashira Tengen play more of an active role. He's a flashy sort of character with a weird personality like all the other Hashira, but like Rengoku in the film, he definitely grows on you. I was scared this would be the annoying character of the season, but thankfully that's not the case. Don't get me wrong, there is still an annoying character introduced this season, Suma! But luckily, she's not around for very long. The supporting cast gets their chance to shine as well this season, which leads to some badass moments for each of them, if a little on the far-fetched side. And thankfully, they toned down Zenitsu's bitching quite a bit this time around, which I am gratefully thankful for. Don't know if that was part of the manga or a director choice, but regardless, this is definitely a welcome change. The villains of the season are also some of the better ones introduced thus far. I like the dynamic that they had with one another and how their backstory makes them sympathetic despite the horrible things that they do. Plus, they have some of the more shocking moments of the season, which I cannot speak highly enough about. I don't want to ruin it for you, but if you're a fan of gut-punching surprises, this season definitely has it in spades. If there is a complaint I have with the season, it's that, once again, there are some pacing issues here. I can't tell you how many people I know stopped watching the show in the first season because the first couple of episodes just didn't do it for them. And I feel the same could be said here to a degree. I mean, if you've come this far, I feel you'll stick with it, but it would be nice to not have to slog through the first few episodes each time. Thankfully, once again, the highs are just so good that you can easily forgive the shortcomings there. Animation is still top-notch here, especially in its action scenes. Good lord, if you're not on the edge of your seat during those moments, I don't know what to tell you. It's god-tier animation, that's what it is. The characters are also very well designed, with maybe the exception of Tengen's wives, who, honestly, they just feel like gender-bent versions of the main trio. Which might have been on purpose, I don't know. But Tengen and the enemy designs more than make up for the shortcomings there as well. Soundtrack also continues to be a strong facet of the show, with a catchy intro that is also nominated for an award. I feel the first opening is still stronger, but I don't think this is a bad alternative. On a technical scale, the show does just about everything right. It's another instance of some weak moments, but the impressive ones easily overshadowing the rest. Not much more to add other than that. The Entertainment District Arc is another fantastic entry in the Demon Slayer franchise. I would love to say it was a perfect season, but that just isn't the case. Like the ones before, it has its low points, but when comparing it to the great moments, the season overall is another winner, and keeps me excited for what's to come next. As such, I give Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Entertainment District Arc a 4.5 out of 5, with a recommendation to buy it. If you're like me and have been watching since the beginning, this is another excellent entry to have in your collection. And for those that stopped and don't understand what the hype is about, all I can say is, keep giving it a chance. Once you get hooked, there's no going back. Welcome back, everybody! In honor of this season of Demon Slayer, I decided I would visit a couple of entertainment districts myself. You know, for a little bit of research.
Oh, no you don't!
So, anyway, until tomorrow's review... Oh, shit. Stay safe out there, and have a good one. Oh, crap!
Dude, are you not entertained?